fashion business startups valued so high when they're not profitable? Hey guys, I'm Syama, CEO of Scaling Retail, and this is a really interesting question. Those of you guys who are following the startup landscape will see that there are a lot of companies out there that get valued at very high dollar amounts even though they're not profitable businesses. And this is important, guys, because there is a difference between high revenue and profitability. Now, when you take a look at a company's revenue, right, this can be a very high number. When you see companies like Honest Company reporting in millions and millions of dollars each year, $200, $300 million in revenue, you might ask yourself, well, is this company profitable? And the answer is no, it's not a profitable business. And sometimes people don't understand the difference. How can a business have high revenue but not necessarily be profitable? And why is that? Well, it takes a lot of capital to keep a business running. When you think about all the marketing dollars that it takes in order to get that dollar, you might find yourself saying, hey, I just spent $5 in marketing to get $1 in sales. Or you might find yourself saying, hey, we are top heavy, or we have a lot of people that we're employing and our sales metrics haven't quite compensated for all of our expenditures. Now guys, it's important to realize that even profitable big businesses in retail tend to margin out at about 7 to 10%. This is quite low, right? When we think about technology companies or other businesses that are high profit margins. So when you take a look at fashion startups, it's important to realize that there are some amazing things that they are getting ready and peaked for. We saw recently this year with the IPO of Stitch Fix that really, guys, companies that are fashion tech driven are really poising themselves for IPOs. Companies like the Honest Company was apparently back in 2017 going to potentially get ready for an IPO, but then they ended up seeing some bad press coming out with a few of their different products. So an IPO is when a business goes public. And when it goes public, it means that it's available for other people to invest in the stock market. So right now, companies like the Honest Company are having a lot of private shares. So people who work for the company have shares of the business, outside investors have shares of the business. But when you're prepping for an IPO, you're basically prepping for it to go public. And you do want to show profitability at that point in time when it goes public. Otherwise, your valuation might end up going down. So when you ask yourself, how do these fashion startups get valued so high? Well, it's not just the revenue that they're looking at. They're actually looking at a number of other factors. The market traction that they're getting, what kind of foothold that they have in terms of positioning. Are there other key competitors in the marketplace that are able to capture and do what they're doing quite as successfully? And if they're actually able to have high amounts of value in other areas of their business, what the investors are hoping for is that when the public actually gets a chance to trade on the initial offering, that then the actual value of the company will be high. I know it's a little complicated, a little difficult to unpack, but basically, guys, the big takeaway here is fashion startups get valued so high when they haven't yet gone public. When they go public is when you really start to see the true valuation of the business, because you see the actual traction, what the revenues are generating, and there's a little bit more scrutiny under how profitable a business is. But in the beginning stages, it's a lot of building around the public persona of what the traction is, what the market foothold can be, and leveraging a lot of the internal infrastructure in addition to revenue to really help build that valuation profile. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful and gave a little bit more clarity onto revenue streams and profitability. Please make sure that you email us at hello@scalingretail.com if you're interested in building a business that you eventually hope to take to IPO or you hope to go public. Leave us comments below and feel free to follow us on Instagram at Scaling Retail. We share lots of tips, tricks, lots of fun things to help optimize your fashion retail business. Talk to you soon. Bye.